the same footprint as today. So it's really a modification of that. And that's an easy stuff. You got the second report. You put out is issued 2 permits. The second one was, we were actually, depending on time, we could be first.
The alternate.
Yeah, they're up there, but the one about it. Is gonna close. So they're not making it, so there's records going on.
Okay. I'd like to call the Brimfield public hearing, December 21st, 2022 order. Roll call, please.
Bruce Steffenberg.
Here.
Scott Etling.
Here.
Vince Baraco.
Here.
Ed Shooty. Sean Phillips.
Here.
Clayton Poppett.
Here.
Lynn Kramer. Clayton, you'll be a voting member tonight. Also present is Economic Development Director and Zoning Inspector Mike Ladd, myself, Lauren Cochran, Zoning Secretary, and Joe Jamison, Brimfield Township IT Director.
All right, we have an agenda this evening. I'd like to ask if we could just change the order of the first 2 applications. The one is whether or not the fence you can see through it.
Sure.
The other one's out, so just like to swap those. With that change, do we have a motion on the agenda?
I make a motion that we accept the agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Okay, Bruce Steffenberg.
Yes.
Scott Etling.
Yes.
Vince Baraco.
Yes.
Sean Phillips.
Yes.
Clayton Poppett.
Yes.
So everything on the agenda was advertised properly and ready to go. All right. Okay, at this point in time, I'd just like to swear everyone in at the same time. So if you're going to speak this evening, yeah. And then once we go through it, just would you say I do or whatever, and state your name and which application you're talking about. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give before the board is, to the best of your knowledge, an accurate and truthful presentation of the facts? And your name
Greg McNeil.
and the application?
The application would be, the applicant is Upfront Media.
Malik Kalam, also here for the same application on that property.
Okay,
Emily Rowe, same application out for media.
all right.
Dick McNeil, Simon.
Okay.
Patrick Long, Hickory Creek LLC, Hickory Creek subdivision. Phil Lamone, Good Soil Properties.
Or Tassi Kusler Properties.
Anthony Sharnes, the fencing issue.
Okay. And you're first.
That's the first time I'm first.
Hopefully we made your day. All right, so the first application is a zoning variance application. Anthony Sharnes?
Sharnes.
Sharnes. 3470 State Road 43. So the application is a request for a variance for a 6-foot fence in the front yard area. Zoning resolution 510.06 G1. No fence, wall, hedge, or berm, or any combination shall exceed 4 feet 6 inches in height above the finished grade of the front yard. Would you like to tell us what it is, what you want and why you want a big fence in the front yard?
Okay, well, I filled all that out, but I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
Yeah, I did read it over, but if you would go over it for the
Yeah,
record, please.
basically, because I'm on 43 and you know the traffic noise and everything, but also I'm right across the street from Dussel's Farm with their huge cornfield, so that wind and snow comes whipping across. So I'm attempting to alleviate that a bit. I'm not near where I proposed the fence is not near any of the neighbors' property lines. It's not near septic, it's not near well, and it's of course not anywhere across the driveway, so it gives full view for fire and police. So basically, I'm trying to improve my home, and that's what I'm asking for.
Okay, so in the drawing, you're looking at across the front, then open up to the driveway, and then again
Yes,
on the other side of the drive. And then the 80-foot going back towards the house.
yes,
And then it's just gonna be a wood privacy fence.
it's a
6
wood
foot.
fence that's gonna be built from scratch, posts put into cement. It's pricey, but it's quality treated wood, and so I'm hoping you guys will accommodate me.
So with the fence in front, how close will the house will it be?
Oh, it's like, gosh, I didn't even measure, but it's quite a distance. The house is set quite a bit back, so I would say it's at least 60 or 70 feet back from the house, and it's a good 15 feet plus from the road.
Okay, I thought your application said it would be 20 feet from the road.
Well, at least 15 feet, but it's probably more like 20.
Okay, yeah, it says fence would be at least 20
20.
feet from the road.
So it's not going to interfere with, you
Going
know,
on
plowing
the
or
driveway.
any garbage pickup or anything.
Now, will the house be completely obscured from the street?
No, absolutely not. From the driveway, when you drive by, that driveway goes right up to our attached two-car garage. You can see the whole brick house. It's a brick ranch. You can see it without any problem.
Through that opening in the driveway, you
Absolutely.
would see it.
Yeah. And there's a turnaround outside the garage area, so all that's going to be open.
We have any other questions
This-
from any of the board?
This isn't a corner lot, right? No, it's not.
No, it's not
It's
a
not.
corner lot.
It's not, is it?
I have neighbors on each side of me, but as I said, the one side that I'm fencing is going to be in at least 8 feet from the property line. And so there's no objection there.
And we've not had anybody phone in, send a letter, anything in objection to it?
No, I didn't get any correspondence either way.
Any correspondence with fire or police or anything?
No, we haven't seen anything.
I know there's nothing, I mean, there's the one down closer to the
Yeah,
center, but it's more on the side.
right, exactly.
So in your application, you said at least 20 feet, so that would be okay? At least 20 feet off the road?
Absolutely,
Okay, and then you have at least 6 to 8 feet from the property line, so
exactly.
you know what it'll be? Will it be 6 or 8, or somewhere in between?
I'll make it whatever you want. That's not an issue as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. When we can, we like to nail things down.
No, I understand. I've been on boards. Being old and decrepit, I've been on boards.
Does zoning have any issue with it? I mean, other than the fact that it doesn't comply?
Yeah, other than it doesn't comply. And, yeah, obviously the hardships need to be there too.
This is a 6-foot tall privacy fence. Well, we'll get to that part, but Is there a gate?
No, because it's not gonna be fenced across the driveway. So that's all gonna be open. There's no gate.
How far off the driveway are you gonna be?
Well, you know, the road, the fence is across the
Yeah.
front, the driveway comes in. So there's gonna be several feet on each side because I have to have plow,
No, I understand, but like how far, do you know how far off the driveway you're gonna be?
at least 2 feet. So that it's you know, so the plow guy has a place to put the snow.
On this drawing, you're cutting these back about 45 degrees, the ends of it, is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, the purpose is to cut wind
I understand.
Yeah.
and drifting of snow.
You better get it up before Friday.
Well, that's not going to happen. Because you all said that I have to have it inspected beforehand and all of that kind of thing, so I understand all that. No, it probably won't be up until spring, but if we get approval.
And the finished side or will be towards the street?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I don't want it to be tacky. I'm spending a lot of money, so.
It's not going to turn into a sign?
Oh, no.
That never changes.
No, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm
Not
not even,
that I'm against freedom of speech or anything.
right, but yeah, no, and I'm not even looking to advertise anything to make some money, so that's not gonna happen.
There won't be any lighting
No.
outside the fence or anything like that.
Do you have any plans for like landscaping in front of it or anything like that?
To be determined.
I'm just
I might-
asking.
I might wanna put a bush or two in front, but I don't know.
That's a good question.
I mean, I've only moved here a couple of months ago, so
Well, welcome.
I'm sort of feeling my way. I lived in the boondocks
I love the email address, by the way.
where you could put anything anywhere, nobody cared.
Did you see that?
But I had a very nice view.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I like that.
yeah, here it is. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Do you have any other questions? Any concerns?
Well, the only other issue I'm questioning is, remember a couple weeks ago, that guy came in trying to get a fence for his dogs in the front of his house?
Yeah.
We couldn't do that. I don't remember why. Yeah, we made him move it, but I don't remember why.
Because it was in the front yard.
Yeah,
Well, and it
completely blocked the front of the house.
That was- Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
But what we do on one doesn't necessarily.
Right, I was just trying to remember, right?
Or if we,
Old brain.
or if we went with this, doesn't necessarily mean we
Right,
have to do that in the future.
Do they have pictures?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have the pictures here.
It's all
So you
here.
see how the driveway is, so it gives you a full view, and it's nothing.
Yeah.
They're sort of like pieced together, but there are pictures.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know what you got, but I did what I
This is what I
could.
got.
Yeah, that's what I did.
oh, that's good.
What is this, is this like another drive, your neighbor's drive here? or
Yes,
is it
that's the
turnaround?
neighbor's drive,
That's the neighbor's.
and that's why I angled that a bit
Okay,
on that end, because I want to stay far enough away from his drive that when he has it plowed, there's not an issue. Yeah, my neighbor's house sets way back.
okay, then he has a turn, so you won't be near that turnaround then either.
No, that's my turn.
I mean, over here, looks like there's a turnaround on the driveway. Some kind of,
This turnaround right here,
right here.
coming out. Is this your neighbor's drive? This is your driveway here.
Oh, this is another neighbor, yeah, no, my fence would be coming in like here. So it's not, and that's his turnaround.
So it would be away from that as well.
Oh,
It's gonna be like
yeah.
8 feet off of that.
Oh, yeah, oh,
The,
I thought you meant the other neighbor, but
okay.
that neighbor is on the corner and it's not set back as far.
There won't be any issue with any of the power lines that hit it.
No, that's one of the reasons I'm setting back
Okay.
15 to 20 feet from the road, because the power lines will be between the road and the fence. Yeah,
You'll agree,
Why?
you'll agree to 20 feet?
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Was there a reason you chose 20 feet and not like halfway back, like 30 or 40 feet? So it wasn't?
No, but I just thought that moves it far enough back, but it's not a big deal to me. The well is in the front yard near the house, and that was another issue. I was trying to make sure I stayed away from the well, property line, septic, which is in the back, and all the other issues.
So will any of the house be visible above the fence? Not from the
Oh,
top?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be, part of it will be visible.
Sure.
above the fence. Of course, if we further back it went, the more the fence, the more the house it would obscure.
No, you'll see at least a good third of the house from the road.
Yes.
Because the house is set up a little higher than, you know.
Right. Any other questions or concerns?
Yeah. Is it 20 feet? Is that behind that first set of trees
Oh, yes,
on your property? This first set here?
absolutely,
It comes behind it, behind that?
absolutely.
That's set.
Okay. So the trees then will be in front of the, you see the trees? from-
Oh, yes, oh, yeah.
Okay, so they will be behind the trees, right?
The trees will be between the fence and the road.
Yeah. Which was your question.
Yes.
I never noticed that.
He's looking on Google Earth.
What's that?
He was wondering how you, there wasn't any other pictures. He was wondering
No,
how you noticed
sorry.
that
No,
you-
we were noticing that.
Yeah,
Slept on my
very
game.
good. Well, live on YouTube.
Oh, really?
You can watch us every month if you want.
No, I don't. I'm old, I don't do all this stuff.
It gets exciting.
I don't tweet, I don't do any of that stuff.
I'm good.
I did get an iPhone, which was a huge step forward.
Any other concerns?
I'm sorry.
Any other motion?
I make a motion that we grant the variance for the 6-foot fence in the front yard.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Bruce Stickenberg,
Yes.
Scott Atling,
Yes.
Vince Bernacco,
Yes.
Sean Phillips,
Yes.
Clayton Coffey,
Yes.
motion passed.
Okay.
Thank you all very much.
Okay. Now we gotta see if we can see through it or not. So the second
I'm not hiding.
The second part of the application, same address, variance request, applicant is requesting a variance for a fence with less than 50% opacity. Zoning resolution, section 51006 G2. Fence shall be of decorative design to include chain link, but not to exclude barbed wire, chicken wire, or similar fence, and shall be designed to have an opacity of 50% or more. Decorative posts shall not exceed the height of 5 feet in height. Now, we want to know about the being able to see through it. That's the application.
Well, you won't be able to see through the fence per se, because it's gonna be a solid fence. But of course, it's open to the driveway.
Well, the only concern I have right off the bat is if you make a solid panel, you're gonna be rebuilding that every other year. When we get these winds through here, you wanna let some wind get through it.
Well,
So that's why I'm concerned that if you make it too tight,
not according to my fence guy.
it's ongoing work for them, so.
No, but as I said, he's building this piece by piece.
Yeah.
And he's putting it post in concrete. So, according to him,
There will be maybe some gap between the wood or no gap.
I would, yeah, what I'm getting at is you want some kind of airflow through that.
well, that I can't address. I don't know. I didn't address that with him. I assume, yes, there'll be some kind of gap, but will there be?
Half of it is.
Yes, I mean, that will defeat my whole purpose of
Understood.
trying to block the snow and wind if I have to have one here and one there, you know what I'm saying? Then I might as well not bother putting a fence. But I understand what you're saying in terms of you don't want to produce a barrier that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But I assume this is a, you know, the guy who's been in the fencing business for more than 20-some years in Town, so I got his name because he did a fence for my sister. And so then he sold me on the fact that because it's so expensive, he does it piece by piece and not, you know, prefabricated from Lowe's kind of thing, and the post just put in the ground and not cemented in and all of that. So it's quality, but that's where we're at.
Is there a gap you'd like to see, Scott?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that, because the boards are gonna shrink anyway over time.
Yeah.
Do you get direct sunlight over there on that
Oh, it's
side?
a western exposure.
Yeah, so your boards are gonna shrink anyway, so you're gonna get a gap but naturally in there.
Yeah,
But,
that's a western exposure to the
Yeah.
Dussel Farm.
I mean, no, there's not a specific gap, I'm just saying, just an FYI, you know, you don't wanna create a sail, because your purpose is to deflect the wind a little bit, but you're creating a sail to deflect the wind, and it's gonna catch it, so.
Yeah.
So, but, no, I don't have anything specific.
Well, I'm sure I'm gonna get plenty of wind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'll be in a cocoon.
What will the total opening be at the driveway? I mean, how wide your driveway is? You're talking a couple feet on each side of the drive plus.
Right, plus the width of the driveway, which trucks can go in and out, so what is that, 10 feet
10, 15.
or so, yeah, I would say.
Single car driveway.
Yes,
So
but,
single lane, whatever.
but as I said, the moving van had no trouble getting in and all that, so it's big enough driveway. And it opens up to the 2-car attached garage.
Yeah, so-
So
Any other questions? Have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the less than 50%.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Bruce Diffenberg,
Yes.
Scott Evans,
Yes.
Vince Bradafo,
Yes.
Sean Phillips,
Yes.
Clayton Powell.
Yes.
well, thank you again, John.
Very good. And when should he come visit you all?
Um,
With this being the holiday week?
you want him to come tomorrow. I'm not in the office tomorrow, but I'll be there until probably noon on Friday. Or you can do it.
What do I have to do? I'm sorry.
Just come grab your variances. You can
Oh,
take a
I
picture.
have to present them then to the builder.
No, just, you want to keep them.
Oh, okay, all right, I don't know all the procedures. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
No big rush, but I'll be there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're more
And
than
I
welcome.
appreciate you people serving, because as I said, I've been on boards, and it's not the best thing in life always.
You're more than welcome to stay, but
I'll stay for a little
all
while.
right.
We'll see if you grill them as much.
We never know. It changes from application to application.
I should have brought drinks, maybe.
All right, the next is also a zoning variance application, Outfront Media, State Road 43. Request, applicant is requesting a time variance for the digital pole sign, zoning resolution section 714B4A. Each message or copy shall remain fixed for at least 20 seconds. Okay, who's speaking first?
I
Okay.
My name is Greg McNeil, and I'm here along with my dad, Dick McNeil, representing our family. And our family business has one brother of mine and 4 other sisters. So there's 7 of us involved in the business. And this past year, we had a chance to reflect on the sign that's on the property there at the corner of Sherman Road and Route 43. And we started thinking about the history of that and realized we've been business partners with Outfront Media for more than 50 years now. In fact, Emily showed me a contract that my grandma signed back in 1968. And I know my grandparents were really proud of that through the years. And it's really been a very nice business relationship. So the family, over the course of the last few months, we began to talk about the opportunity that we had now to move from static, where it's a double-sided sign, and move from static to something that would be digital. And we thought about it, and we looked very closely at it. And we weighed the benefits versus the cost associated with it, and realized one of the big benefits is because of the additional inventory and advertising space there, we had an opportunity really to engage the community. And we felt as though that would really be a big asset to the community. Having things such as community events posted there, as well as public service announcements. And we felt that with the excess capacity, that would be ideal. And it would be a resource that would be equally great for us, for our business partner, as well as the community. So we looked at it very closely. We considered all of the impacts on it, but ultimately, we as a family, we voted unanimously to come and recommend it. So that's what we did in one of our meetings about a month ago. And so, a little bit longer than that, actually, it was 2 months ago. So in looking at everything though, we realized that the sign has been there for a very long time. So it fit and it was grandfathered in with all of the zoning, rules that you had, with the exception of one. So we're here this evening to ask for an exception with one, and that is going from the 20 seconds, which is your standard in your laws, to an 8-second interval for the switches on. And the reason that we went to that is simply because of the fact, and Emily, as well as Malik, will share a little bit more detail on that. But the reason why we wanted to go to that is Outfront Media has experience with 1,600 of these across the country, and all of them are at 8 seconds. And they've done some studies in, I guess, the state of Ohio. This is pretty much a standard for them. So in addition to that, Emily's put together a little presentation for you this evening, just so that you can visualize that. And the presentation PowerPoint that she's going to present is one of the sign as it exists today, and then the sign that's proposed. And then on top of that, she's going to show a sign that's in existence today with the 8 seconds. And so we'd like you to consider that, along with the packet that Diane Calta, their outside counsel, prepared and sent to each of you for review prior to this. Diane intended to be here. She's under the weather this evening, so she was unable to make it. So in her stead, Malik has graciously agreed to join us.
Stuck with me tonight.
So hopefully all of you received this packet and had a chance to look through it and everything. And so with that, I'll just say we would really appreciate your consideration on this proposal to make this exception, to go from 20 seconds to 8 seconds on the slide changes. And my family supports it entirely and supports our business partner here for more than 50 years. And with that, I will turn it over to Malik.
Hello, folks. I'm Malik Muam. I work at Mansur Gavin Law Firm, and I'm here on behalf of Outfront Media. I think Greg did a great job encapsulating the request, so I won't give too much more information, just a broad overview. The one request for the variance is the timing requirement. Otherwise, it's in a parcel that's zoned as commercial, industrial, and so it does meet all of the other requirements. It meets the size requirements. It's going to be the same size, just change from static to digital. A 10.5 by 36 sign, 40 feet, so it meets the size requirements, all the locational requirements, distance from similar signs, and area setbacks, residential locations, complies with all of those. What it's really just asking for is to meet industry standard, and that's the model that's in the majority of the states. ODOT, that's their requirement, is 8 seconds. I think where the 20-second requirement really came from was the older signs. The tri-sided signs, I got that from because there's a requirement that it switches within 3 seconds. You know, with the digital sign, it essentially switches instantaneously. And so what that means is with the switch over, there's less distraction because it's instantaneous. And so the industry standard, the ODOT standard is 8 seconds because the sign switches immediately. And so in terms of meeting the variance requirements, it's not, really substantial. It's just trying to get to the model of safety and what the advertisement industry is doing. And it doesn't change the character of the neighborhood considering there's a sign already there. And so, that's essentially the request. If you have any questions about the timing or anything else in the code, let me know. Otherwise, I'll pass it over to Emily.
It's funny that 8 seconds was the definition of distracted driving.
All right.
Now for the sizzle.
Yeah.
Sizzle. So this will be really quickly. I work for Outfront Media. We've been around since the 1930s. We are all over the country and Canada. Let's see, can we get that back on? Okay. And then I just want to give you a quick visual of how simple this change will appear. Let's get this going. Wouldn't be a meeting without tech difficulties, right?
It's coming.
Yes.
Oh, here. So just have it warm back up.
Yep, thank you.
It's coming, just hit it more.
Here we go.
All right.
What does your company do?
We are out for advertising, so essentially billboards.
I heard the fan
mobile,
going, so I was like, well, that's a
subways,
good sign.
I'm sure if you've been driving on the highway, I guarantee you've seen
Oh, yeah.
multiple billboards. Yes.
Well, you can't advertise on my fence.
No. We wouldn't get it permitted anyway, so we wouldn't do it. All right, so on the left side, you see the current specifications. The size is 10/6/36, and proposed, we are not changing the size. The media is double-sided static, so technically that's vinyl. You've seen them all before. And then we are proposing double-sided digital. We've done lots of light studies. They're called candle lumens. We've done studies that will not affect the driver. They are dimmable in the nighttime also. So the variance request is 20 seconds to 8 seconds. So for our operations team, digital has really changed the world for them. It's much easier with a digital platform. So our office is based in Columbus, Ohio. That requires a lot less work on their end, less service calls. We use less materials, travel and labor costs. We reach a larger crowd with more content with all the flips, and it can be changed within minutes digitally from our office. And then also we can help serve the community, which I will show you in a few slides here. This is our current spec sheet. So as you see when you're driving, this is what we call it a left-hand read. And then it just shows you where it is, the specs on that, and then black and long, and then that it's made of vinyl and illuminated, so it has lights on it currently already. This is driving the other direction. We call that a right-hand read. And then this is how what we do. So currently we actually have Kent State advertising on there. So just a rendering, this is what a digital would look like in the daytime. If you're heading south, or heading north actually. Heading north, right? And this is if you're heading south, so we call that a north-facing sign. And as you can see, it does not look very different. So that's just an aerial view. We want to clear it a little bit and add a little bit of arborvitae just to make it look a little bit better, hopefully in the spring. And then here's just a quick video. This is not the same board, obviously, but this is just a quick video of what an 8-second flip looks like with drivers on the road. So we'll go up here. Oops, I apologize. Sorry. Might be because I'm not connected to the internet. Sorry.
You have to put-
No. Not responding.
Oh, interesting. So we can give you copies of this presentation if you'd like. In fact, I brought a flash drive today. So we could just, if one of you wants to just put it on, distribute it. But basically what we wanted to see is the difference. What 8 seconds is, it's longer than what you think.
Look.
Over there.
Sorry.
Joe's here, he might be here.
Oh, thank you.
It's pretty good Wi-Fi.
Thank
I
you
think
so
the
much.
folder's gonna be pretty clear.
Okay, I think he just gave her the Wi-Fi password there, so this might.
That will hopefully help here. I'm sorry.
Capital B-I-G, capital R-E-D.
2015.
2015. All right. Hope this works, guys. Sorry about this.
So while you're doing that, I saw this was already approved by ODOT, right?
It is, yes.
Because
I
it's,
have the permit
ODOT,
right here.
ODOT governs the highway.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does, so I have the permit right here.
Yes, yeah.
Let's see if I can, X out of this.
I know they have jurisdiction over the highway.
Okay. Let's try. That's actually never happened, so. All right, let's try this again.
How many advertisers do you normally run at a time?
On one billboard, if we have an 8-second message, we can do 8 flips per minute. And so. So as you can see, it's not too exciting to look at, but that's just, it's the industry standard. The 20 seconds, I imagine, were from the Tri-Visions, and there's where you have 3 flips per minute. And then I actually pulled this from the Brimfield website. So we've worked with multiple communities and have given them spaces, if they say that they're hiring and really are struggling to find employment. Have a community festival, like you have a canned food drive or the hot chocolate and fires, all kinds of community things, or Amber Alerts, inclement weather, or like a shout out to a police officer or something like that. We have given space to, because we have these extra messages that we can put on, and if you guys need it, we are able to facilitate that within a matter of days. So that's the gist of it.
So is it like the same, you said 8 per minute?
Yeah, so, and a lot of times, say that we don't sell every single spot, then we divide everything out, divided by minutes. Say that we sold 7 spots, it would be like 9, I don't know, I'm not person, but like 9 something seconds. So, there's nothing, we also have rules, like we don't do QR codes, we don't do live vision, just because those are all distractions. And we follow strict rules. ODOT like really is the highest bar. If ODOT doesn't approve it, we can't get it anyways. So, and our company always dots his I's, crosses his T's, and if anything is not legal, we won't do it. I mean, we are known for that. So, yeah, I mean, I think it could be a good opportunity for the community, and we're not asking for too much. So, in my mind, so yeah, I mean.
Who are like your normal advertisers?
Oh my
Normal
goodness.
businesses?
Sheetz is a huge contract, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, BP, anything that has an advertising budget, they'll do it. We have a lot of local politicians that do it, but if, it just kind of depends. If we have the approval from the landowner, of course, if the landowner doesn't approve of some kind of political act, we won't do it, we won't run it. But who's on there right now, Kent State?
Kent State.
Yeah, so Kent State it's a nice one. Just because Kent's kind of known for the college here, right? So.
The signs are lit from below now, so you're changing that to an LED light. What's the light difference? Is it a lot?
I don't know the.
I've seen some of those signs where you drive down the road and that's all you see.
Yeah,
Oh, the lights
Yeah.
shining up at it?
No. The lights are shining from below, but when they switch them to LED, there's a big light output. And like you said, it can be dimmed at night, but it's still the brightest thing you see as you're driving down the road.
Right, yeah, so that actually depends on the specs of the township. So we actually have lumen studies. I don't.
So do they have to have a variance? I'm asking, I don't know. Do you have to have a variance to change, or you're changing basically, it's the same thing, but you're changing the design of it from static to, they don't have to come before us with board of zoning or anything like that, right?
No, just for the second.
ODOT actually regulates the lumen
That's
on it
okay.
as well. So
Because
they,
of the billboard.
Okay.
yeah.
yeah, so
I didn't know, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I mean, it's a niche industry for sure. There's a lot of specs that,
Yeah.
that I never would have imagined to think of before I got into this business.
I'm just curious.
So generally what goes on the sign is controlled by the family, the owners of the property?
Well, so
They run it, really.
So we run it, but we can have, they can request like, okay, we don't want gambling, we don't want anything adult related, we don't want alcohol or anything like that. Something family oriented, a lot of landowners do that, and of course, we follow those rules. So.
That's
We've
what
got
you
sway, we don't run it.
And a lot of times, like, since it's in Kent, people who are, sports betting is a huge thing that everyone is really getting excited about in Ohio. But a lot of times the advertisers geared towards more metro areas for advertising like that. So something like in this area that would be common would be like gas stations or Kent State. Not really sure exactly what else has been on there for the last couple of years.
Well, I mean, it's more of the future, what the opportunity that this opens up, because, you're not buying the whole billboard, the static billboard, but now you're extracting. So you have an opportunity for more and smaller advertisers in the community. And I think that that's the unique thing about it as well. It opens it up to a lot of small businesses. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the budget.
Yes. And it's affordable. I mean, we really do try to work with local mom and pop businesses as well. Support that.
I mean, I guess as long as I wouldn't object to like any adult kind of.
Yeah, and we can set that in our contract, saying family friendly.
Family friendly, there we go, that's the term I'm looking
So,
for.
like, no alcohol, no adult part.
Yeah.
anything like
You're no
that.
fun whatsoever.
Yeah, so I can propose a restriction on that with our ad hoc team.
And, that can become a distraction.
Yeah, of course. And I don't even think we've done that on digital. Anyways, but yes, I can propose that in our lease and make a restriction for that, just so it doesn't
I
fall.
mean, I don't know if you own any of the billboards in Florida.
We're going like Chicago too, going through Chicago.
Do you know if the landowner has any of those restrictions now?
I don't think there are restrictions because there's never been an issue. And I am happy to tomorrow morning set it in and put it in our lease, and we can have it signed tomorrow, and we can have it delivered to group before the variance would be issued.
Wait, we are the landlord.
Yeah,
We're the
they're
landlord.
landowners.
Okay.
On both sides down there.
I can actually pull out the lease right now and see.
The only thing that threw me
So no,
was
they're-
was political ads, and that would be the last thing I would want to see.
Right? I agree with you on that. Well, we can say no political, we can say no gambling, and because this is a township, we understand that we don't want, this isn't like Main Street, downtown Columbus, advertising gambling, so, I'm happy to add that as at least if that's something,
They're digital ads, but there's no motion, right?
correct, they're all just pictures.
Just,
No running words.
That's the point.
Doesn't flash, just the same tone the whole time.
Probably stay away from content.
Yeah.
If you guys are willing to do, it's just my suggestion, if they're willing to do it in their contract and keep it out of the motion, that would be good.
Do you mean like motion on the billboard?
Yeah, because we really can't control content on sites.
Oh, well, it's illegal to have motion on billboards anyways, just because of the distraction.
No, I'm talking about adult.
adult.
Oh, yeah, that will not be an issue. Yeah, we can do that.
You keep that.
They can agree to it, we can't force them into it.
That's
Right.
right.
That's not a problem.
Do we have any other questions
No, sir.
or concerns? We have a motion.
I make a motion that we accept the variance to go from 20-second display to 8-second display.
I'll second it.
Okay. I do have one other question before we vote. I guess the hardship, is there a particular, I mean, other than you can get more ads on the screen in a minute, that would basically be your hardship that we're talking about, or?
Since we're such a large company, our digital platform is specified to 8-second runs.
Got it.
We actually don't do second runs across the entire country. Some cities, LA, do 6 seconds. But the national standard and ODOT has approved 8 seconds, so that's what we're asking for.
Okay.
So 8 seconds is the minimum.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the minimum.
It might be a few seconds longer, but at very minimum will be 8.
Yeah, it will never be quicker than 8 seconds.
Okay. All right, roll call, please.
Drew Steffenberg,
Yes.
Scott Etling,
Yes.
Vince Rodaka,
Yes,
Sean Phillips,
Yes.
Clayton Pop,
Yes.
motion passed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Friday morning.
Can you do that? Craig?
Yes.
Okay. And then I can draft up an amendment for content.
Thanks, folks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Have a good holiday.
Thank you so much.
take care of yourself.
Yeah.
With this
So,
property,
yeah.
family,
There you go.
just bring it up to speed. Thanks again. Our next application, Rick Oxley.
I can do that in the morning.
An applicant is requesting an 8-foot setback variance, zoning resolution, section 314-03G1, minimum size yard depth 25 feet.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, Cory and I are owners of, some of the owners of Voice Machine in Kent. We
We purchased the business about 2 years ago. The company, had we not purchased it, would probably not be around anymore. The folks who are working there now would be working elsewhere. We are asking for this variance because we are constricted in the plant floor and we have the opportunity to close in some existing space under roof on the side of the building, adjacent to a compressor room. This area was built by the previous owner, and he did not get a variance when he built that structure. So there's already a violation, I guess, if you want to call it that, by the previous owner. So we have 10 of us all together, 9 employees, 11 total. We're a contract machine shop. Our backgrounds, both from management of other companies, working with some state-of-the-art companies, we're taking this company from what it was 2 years ago, which was nearly defunct and as dirty as you could possibly imagine. And we've been cleaning for 2 years, bringing in new equipment, brought in new people, new lighting. We're bringing this business into the century, 21st century. Yeah, the current century. The challenges we face and the reason we're asking for it is we just do not have enough space to continue to grow. So we've increased the business over the last year. Part of this is certainly due to the economy. We can't take credit for all that. So hopefully it continues that way, but you never know. In a small business like ours, where you're competing not just with other companies in the area, but we're competing directly with China, with Vietnam, with Europe. And a lot of the work we do, we have several Fortune 500 companies on our customer list. So we are trying to optimize the space we have, and we've reached a point where we can't really, because we don't have enough space, we can't increase the amount of equipment we have, increasing the number of employees we have, therefore driving an increase in sales. We've kind of peaked with pedaling as fast as we can with what we have. So we have to find a way to grow. So that's why we're here today. The spaces we've asked to be enclosed that are already under roof, which is variance to the sideline, will increase our shop floor space maybe on the order of 8%, maybe 10%. I'd have to actually run the numbers. But it's a significant amount because it allows us to move stores, it allows us to move inventory, it allows us to move spare parts off the shop floor, freeing space up for production. For movement of parts through the shop, the shop's production facilities in general get very inefficient when you're walking all over the things that you're moving and you're manufacturing and constantly relocating because you don't have anywhere to put them off-site. Now, we do have an outbuilding, which we currently utilize. Problem with the outbuilding is it's got a very steep driveway. And in the wintertime, and it's also constricted by the shape of the land and the chip bins that we have on either side. There's nowhere to plow the snow, so the building winds up getting sealed off from the rest of the operation parking lot. And when we do occasionally tunnel through the snow mountains, you can't pick up 1,000-pound pallets of steel parts on a tow motor and drive down an icy hill. You're gonna crash. So it's nice to have 3 seasons a year, 4 seasons a year. We can't use that at all. Another benefit we're going to have from this variance is that we're going to be able to recycle energy. So right now, we have a compressor out there that is essentially vented to the outside. Compressors generate a lot of heat. We're a machine shop, use a lot of air. I don't know how many BTUs, I don't want to calculate the energy, but let's just say that room gets doggone hot. Well, if we're able to enclose these areas, the doors will be open to the rest of the shop, and the compressor will draw air in through those doors from the shop. It will get hot in the process of compressing it. The excess heat will be rejected at the top and rolling back into the shop. It's going to save money on heat. It's going to save energy. it's a smart way to recycle for us. So that's kind of the why we want to do it, and what needs to be done. The neighborhood itself, take on a short walking tour of the neighborhood. If you're standing and facing our front door, to our left is a gravel pit, a large gravel pit. I think that just actually shut down here within the last month or two. But it's still a very large gravel pit. Across the street from the gravel pit is a trucking company that specializes in construction, dirt, and concrete hauling, I imagine. Very heavy trucks, a lot of heavy truck traffic on it. If you spend any time on that road, be careful, because that section of Monroe Road, a lot of big heavy trucks, sometimes go a little fast. There's a house directly across the street from us. They are set back pretty far with a garage out front, a separated garage out front. And with the height of our building significantly above that house and the angle of our building, I'm not even sure that they can see the addition, not the addition, it's the enclosure that we're going to put on the side, because the building is kind of at about 45-degree angle or so to that house across the street. Next to that house is the Portage County Recycling Facility. So we have a lot of recycling trucks coming and going day and night. And behind that is a railroad track, which is also very, very active. And then to our immediate right is another building similar to ours, maybe slightly larger. I'm not actually sure what they do there. Nice building. That's the side the variance is going to be, that we're already kind of encroaching on the setback. And to our back is Route 76. So the reason I'm kind of taking you on the tour here is there's nobody who's going to be, what's the word for visually?
Aesthetic.
Aesthetic, that's it, that's the word. No one is going to be aesthetically harmed by the addition or the enclosure of this space.
So when we moved in, when we took over, just 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When we took over, that was just storage for whatever they didn't want in the shop. So there was a chain hoist, skids and boxes, things that just kind of got snowed in on top of. So closing it in, it's going to look more like a part of the building.
So the roof line's not changing, you're just putting walls up.
Correct.
Correct.
And now if you happen to ever drive past there and look that way before we took over, that area is full of junk.
Yeah.
What you're seeing now is after we kind of dug everything out and threw a lot away, and we're trying to really, part of this is trying to attract employees. You know, you guys, some of you folks are old enough to look at the same books I looked at in school, and they showed you the picture of the machine shop. It was a bunch of guys greasy up to their noses with belts and things flailing around and looking like at any second they could get sucked into the machine. You can't attract employees to that kind of a company anymore. The young people today just aren't interested. So we have to modernize, we have to be clean, we have to be bright, we have to be sharp in order to get the people we need to come to work for us. There's a lot of competition for people who work out there. So we're doing that. This is part of that. It's going to help us improve internally. Hopefully we can add a couple more employees, add some more equipment, increase our sales, increase the tax revenue, right? Hopefully. Yeah, so I left anything out? Any questions?
The one that's the house or building structure that's going to be most affected, it's not a residential.
No, it's a little bigger building than ours.
Okay.
I don't know what they do.
And I drive by there occasionally and I don't,
I've never seen anything else.
yeah, I don't know what's, we used to go to the White Barn and so on, when they had a horse.
And then on the other side of the swamp from him is the monument.
Right.
There's a swamp right there too, the railroad tracks. And then the monument comes to the railroad tracks.
Okay. And you want, this is actually 8 feet off the property line.
That's
You're
actually.
not looking for
That's
8
a
foot variance.
typo.
It's 17 feet off the property line.
Oh.
It's a variance of 8 feet.
It's a variance of 8 feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think it's probably not, I probably misread it, but
I think it's
requesting.
I have to check too, because I was,
Okay, so we're looking for a 7 feet, an 8-foot variance, so, okay, in 17.
will approach 8 feet
Right.
to the,
Okay.
from the setback.
But just to clarify, not any further, because it's already on the roof.
Correct, yeah, really the
Right.
structure is there, the roof is, we just want to put walls up.
So we can use the space.
The footprint's not changing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're not gonna put any flashing lights on?
Advertisement.
Anything below this?
No adult.
Skylights to attract people or?
All of that, now that we back up on 76, you might see us again, you might see another variance, sign at the back of the property.
No, Bill.
Advertising and voice retreat. Yeah.
Okay.
You can use these people to hire.
Yeah.
Use them as a billboard.
That's.
See?
See,
Harding
already.
people up.
And of course, it's, well, the roof's already there, so you're not gonna
Yeah,
affect
it just,
water runoff, so, okay. Any other questions or comments? Do we have a motion?
It's all you, buddy.
I'll make the motion that we approve the 8-foot variance.
I'll second it.
8 or 7?
It's it's 17 feet from the
Okay.
property line.
Got it, 8 foot.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay. We have a motion, did we have a second?
Yes.
Second.
Yes.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Bruce Wickenberg,
Yes.
Scott Etling,
Abstain.
Vince Pradocco,
yes.
Sean Phillips,
Yes.
Clayton Powell.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Friday morning.
thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Every day's a new adventure.
That's for sure.
Okay. All right. And, last but definitely not least, right?
We don't have.
All we're done for.
Zoning conditional use. Conditional use request.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Applicant is requesting a conditional use approval for a PRD Hickory Creek Phase 2, zoning resolution section 30402B8, planned residential development subject to the provisions of chapter 4 and sections 410B subsection 56. Has this been approved already once before?
This is, it's the exact same plan under section 200.09B. The work described is not completed within the 2 years, so he's going into a second phase. He needs
Okay.
So just renewing what was there.
to renew the
Any changes in 2 years to the plan?
No changes to the plan, still fully comply with all the requirements of the PRD. It's the exact same drawing we submitted and had approved previously.
Just time it out, that's all.
Just that we haven't started phase 2 of the project. In phase 1, the improvements are in complete and homes are under construction. We would look at start construction on phase 2, if permitted, in 2023, next year.
No additional lots, no lot changes size-wise or anything?
No changes at all, no wetland impacts, same lot count, same lot location and geometry. It is literally the exact same drawing, yes.
Do you have any other questions
Sure.
or concerns? All right. We have a motion.
No, I live over there, I'm not doing it.
All right, I move that we approve the renewal of the permit.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Bruce Wickenberg,
Yes.
Scott Etling,
Yes.
Vince Pradocco,
Yes.
Ed Sheehan, Sean Phillips,
Yes.
Clayton Powell.
Yes.
Have it.
Okay.
Thank you much.
Friday morning before noon.
You got it.
Dave, you missed this stuff.
Oh, this
Yeah, you did. No worries.
All right, we'll go back.
Yeah.
I was in such a hurry to get through it that I forgot many steps, so we'll go back.
I didn't say.
Never mind, there's some housekeeping issues that has been pointed out to me.
It's his first day.
I was gonna say, I work for Stark Regional Planning and your name comes up a lot.
Oh, what do you do there?
I'm the GIS manager. But my office is a couple feet from Curtis's and Joe. So, and I used to help out Joe in construction inspection, so.
Okay, so you by the, by subdivisions down there.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I'm at all the monthly meetings, so I mean, I see everything that comes through, so. I always hear your name as one of the developers. Thought it was funny that coming through here.
All right, the housekeeping note that I forgot was to approve the minutes for November 16th meeting. We have a motion.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes for November 16th.
Second.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Bruce Wittenberg.
Yes.
Scott Etling.
Yes.
Vince Bernacco.
Yes.
Sean Phillips.
Yes.
Clayton Powell.
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right, do we have anything for the good of the order?
I think one.
One thing.
And we will have a meeting, we already have we have 3 applications for January, so there will be a January meeting.
And we need to vote
Yes.
for new
January
officers.
18th.
Oh, January, yeah. Might want to come in January, guys.
What's that?
Because we got to vote for new officers again.
Oh, that's right, if you don't show up, you never know.
If you don't show up, you're going to move on.
You can vote it, huh?
That's how you lose. I mean, win.
Do you guys want to set an organizational meeting before, or do you just want to do it at 7 and then have the meeting following?
That's fine. Let's do it at 7.
Go to the order, did you want to bring up the time for
Oh,
2023
does
meetings?
anybody, oh, yeah, so what we did pass, and everybody's back on the board for 2023, our alternates all got approved. The per diem has increased 125 per meeting in 2023, going from 75 to 125. Also, we were looking at changing the times. What is easier for you? Is 7 o'clock too late? Do you want to keep it at 7 o'clock? Would you like to move it to 6 o'clock? We're just exploring options.
7 o'clock works for me, but it's what you guys.
I'm good with it.
It's okay
Just about
with
any
me.
time, but
We have to worry about the
I was
president.
gonna say, how long does it take to get from Canton?
7 o'clock works. That makes it comfortable if I have to work over anything.
Okay,
Yeah,
good, we'll keep it.
Leave it at 7.
I agree, any earlier, really.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be earlier, but with
Yeah.
not working that close anymore. So.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New
Merry
Year.
Christmas.
Stay sober and
No.
safe.
Okay, stay sober or stay home.
Well, yeah.
Okay, one more motion.
Go ahead, Scott.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Roll call, please.
Bruce Wittenberg.
Yes.
Scott Etling.
No.
Vince Bernacco.
No.
Sean Phillips.
Make a
Clayton Powell.
Yes,
motion and vote it
yes.
out.
I make a motion to vote on it?
All right, meeting adjourned.
Okey doke.